happen to hear any of the like hockey guys doing their season preview on the Canadian teams?
Not like before this weekend, like last when. No,
yeah, like at the end
really.
of last week, just on the radio and things, they'd always get their idea of out of the Canadian teams.
I haven't really.
Okay, they are a lot of them are
like who are you talking about?
Like Pierre LeBrun,
Craig Button and shit. Like
Pierre LeBrun said this. Mike Johnson said this.
Okay,
they're basically. I don't know. I've had this feeling that the Leafs are going to fight for a playoff spot. They're picking the Leafs to almost steamroll the regular season. Like they picture them as a team on a mission, has something to prove, and it's just going to be like, boom, steamrolling. Basically, it'll be them in Tampa for the top of the Atlantic. That's what they're saying. That's what they're predicting. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see guys like that picking the Leafs to do that this season. But hey, I was intrigued that they thought that highly of this roster.
It's an interesting take. No, I have not seen any of those guys' predictions. I will check that out though, because I'm interested to see. And tomorrow, like Leafs Lunch gets going with a new host. I don't know who it is. Andrew Petrillo left Leafs Lunch. Are you aware of that?
I was not. No.
Yeah, so there's a new host. So it just hasn't been going. Tomorrow's the first show back for Leafs,
and Lunch. we can tell you it's Chad and Dale.
Yeah, we're proud to announce. Yeah, you imagine if we got the Leafs.
Well,
Lunch gig.
They didn't call us.
Maybe after this host, it will be our turn. Like the Leafs Lunch couldn't handle us. We need our own. Like, but that just no.
Well, because we have to swear.
Yeah, well, we'd have to rename it too. Like,
yeah. The quickie, the quickie at lunch, the afternoon quickie.
Yeah.
Afternoon tipping.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so there's a new Leafs Lunch host. Tomorrow's going to be the first edition of the new Leafs Lunch. TSN is not named who it is. So it's going to be a big surprise come 12 noon tomorrow. I'm hoping it's Tatty, but
oh yes, guy.
I don't think it is going to be him because he had been filling in. So, and like he was talking about like the new Leafs Lunch coming up. So I don't think it's going to be him. But if they were smart, like who knows the Leafs more than Tatman? Come on, yes, guy.
Nobody. And who knows mustaches, past and present, better than Tatman?
Yes, guy. So,
yes, guy.
Anyway, new Leafs Lunch coming tomorrow. But I'm interested. Like Overdrive, like will be in full swing tomorrow. Will be a can't miss episode, and like I'm sure they'll be talking about like the final roster and all that. So anyway, before we move on,
like let's get your prediction on this season. Is this going to be a successful season? I don't know if you want to talk playoffs, but regular season, how do you see this playing out?
I think that they will have a fairly decent regular season, and I think that they will be fighting for positioning in the top 3 in the Atlantic Division. That's what I think will happen.
So basically like every other year before COVID.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really think Tampa gives a shit about like winning the Atlantic Division. I really don't like, I think
you got to think Tampa's tired.
Oh, for 100%. They played a lot of hockey.
They lost their whole, third line, second line?
Yeah, they did. But
and
still,
they won 2 cups and won in a compacted season.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way how many teams three-peat in the NHL?
Yeah,
barely ever happens. So.
I don't know if I've ever seen it in. I'm trying to think.
It's happened, but I don't know when it's happened. Has it happened in our lifetime? Maybe one of the Devils or the Red Wings.
I don't think they ever won 3. Like in the early '80s, I think the Islanders and the Oilers. I think, but like we were very young at that time. Like since we were like able to really like remember, I don't think we've seen a three-peat. I think 2 has been the max. I think the Devils won 2 in a row. Maybe they didn't even. I know Detroit did. Anyway, it's so hard to even win 2 in a row nowadays, let alone 3. 3 is like, fuck, man.
Yeah, the last one to happen in the NHL was the New York Islanders. They won in the early 80s. They won 4 cups in a row. That's 80, 81, 82, and 83.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, they were the last ones to do a three-peat or more in the NHL. So that's
crazy.
How long it's been, man. We were basically not even born yet.
Might see another one this year, maybe, but we'll see. So yeah, where are you at? Like, what do you think? Like, fighting for positioning in the top 3 in the Atlantic Division, or what?
I was looking at the teams in the Atlantic. Yesterday, I was going through it, knew we were going to be recording the podcast, and that's why I brought up Tampa being tired. And I was like, what if Tampa's not a juggernaut? What if they're going to be good? They're always good. But what if they're not the 115-point Tampa that we're normally used to? What if they are part of the pack? And Toronto always plays Tampa well.
Yeah.
Boston, when you actually look at the roster, eventually the legs got to give out. They're not young. And I think Toronto's better than Florida.
Close, I think.
It's close, but I think they're better than the Panthers. So, I think they're going to be fighting for positioning, but I think they have a shot at winning the Atlantic Division. They have a shot at winning the Atlantic Division. It's going to come down to these guys buying in, like you say, and it's going to come down to Mrazek and Campbell.
I think that's fair. Don't forget, dude, even though it was a shortened season and obviously Tampa went on to win the cup, What?
Oh, Montreal went to the cup final last year, and people are going to be like, oh, you didn't say Montreal.
Oh,
no Carey Price, no Shea Weber. I don't see the Habs having a good season.
No way, man. No way. But I was going to say, like, don't forget, Florida, even though Tampa went on to win the cup, the Florida Panthers actually finished ahead of the Tampa Bay Lightning in the standings last year. So, like, Florida's not chump change here.
No,
like,
when you look at Florida and Toronto on paper, they are pretty equal. I just give the upper hand to Toronto because of the forwards.
Like, I could honestly,
because they have Austin Matthews.
I'm going to be honest with you. I could see. I don't think I could see a scenario
Florida could win
where the Leafs and the Panthers both finish in the top 3 in the Atlantic Division, and maybe the Bruins don't. Maybe the Bruins get a wild card spot or something like that. So
I'm really interested to see how the Bruins do this year. Looking at their roster, I don't know. I'm just like, okay, eventually it's got to give.
You would think, but
you can't keep rolling it. Like we're going into 2022 and they're rolling the same lineup from 2013. Like, I don't know. Eventually you would think they're just not at the top of their game. Like even Tampa, they've sort of revolved the team, right? Like Steven Stamkos he's not the Steven Stamkos who was 10 years ago. Now the team is kind of run by Braden Point and all those guys that they have at the top.
Point's amazing. Kucherov, but
Point.
In my opinion, they have the best defenseman and Hedman in the league, and they have the best goalie in Vasilevsky in the league. Right. So with those two guys, they could go. They just Vasilevsky alone.
Boston's still going with Marchand.
Oh no,
Bergeron.
I know.
Pasternak. So I don't know. I that's my prediction. I don't see Boston being as good as ever. People are picking them to win the Atlantic and be way ahead of Toronto.
And I don't see it. Honestly, though, if that happened, it wouldn't surprise me at all. So
me neither.
So we'll see.
No, me neither. Anyway,
should be an interesting year. Like we'll see. There's a lot. So for me, though, before we wrap it up, like not in this order, but Tampa, Toronto, the Florida Panthers, and the Boston Bruins. I see, at the topper end of the Atlantic Division, and Detroit, Montreal, Ottawa, Buffalo at the bottom. That's just how I see it, especially Ottawa without Tkachuk. Like, forget it. But like, that's just how I see it. It's like there's 4 bottom teams and there's 4 top teams. Sorry, Habs fans. I know you went to the final last year. You made us look like a fucking joke in Game 7, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the Habs might surprise and pull out a third place or a wild card or something.
I don't see it, man. I just don't see it.
Like, Shea Weber was a beast in the playoffs last year. He's not on your team. Carey Price, he's taken a leave.
Who knows how long he's going to be gone for?
And all the power to him. I totally support what he's doing right now. I love 100%. Carey Price. And, oh, God, his name slipped my mind. Danilo, who was all over Matthews in the playoffs.
Danault. Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah, that's a big loss.
That's a huge loss. Like, you lose those 3 guys, you're not the same team.
They do, like, obviously Gallagher, whatever, but like Gallagher is not going to take you to the promised land. I do like Anderson a lot. I think he's fucking awesome. But
right, but those 3 key guys were
like he's their best success. Anderson's their
best,
and
they barely made the playoffs last year to begin with, and now you're taking out 3 key players. I don't know. I know.
Well, they got Brooksy. So maybe they'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Brooksy.